Bros, I'm gonna go like scout ahead. If you want Allie to help me, awesome. Two birds are better than one.
I think it's actually a bird in the two birds in the bush.
Wrong.
And
That's
then
offensive. Wrong. He just flies away.
Pop owl.
Wait, but I don't even have one in the hand.
I pop owl into my hand and I throw him at Lucius.
Okay. Oh, run! Whoa! Owl goes sailing towards Lucius and catches flight sort of in midair. Welcome, everyone. It's Point of Order, our weekly discussion of the D&D 5e rules, occasionally interrupted by some actual role-playing. This is episode 9 of our campaign, All the Time in the World. So without further ado, let's jump back in. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, the party had set out from the city of Cordis in search of Larthakia's lair within Deep Born Cleft. Having escaped the destruction of the Draconis Imperium by pending judgment, Larthakia is thought by the Argent to have some knowledge of the Chronomaticum, a lost artifact sought by a group known as Inevitable Night, somehow associated with harbingers of doom known as Starspawn. Freshly inducted into the Argent Society, the party met a band of traveling merchants along the way and learned some details about the Stone Defilers and movement of Dragonborn troops out of Seamga Hall. However, their relatively uneventful travel was interrupted when a terrible winged beast with a strange descended smile attacked along with its orc minions. And after a terrible aerial battle in which Lucius dealt the killing blow in midair, the party finds themselves on the field of victory. And we pick up where we left off with the party now looking at the ruins of these creatures that they had fought, and tell me, what do you guys do?
Can I start stabbing at the carcass of the creature and see if I can't carve off some like a nice hawk of meat?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Try a survival check, sure. Survival -2. 12 total.
12 total. All right. You managed to go to the meaty flank of this creature, and as you approach it, you can see underneath the sprawling arms of a crushed orc that it had just fallen on the last of the minions, destroyed by the ponderous bulk of this creature. And as you approach, you manage to cut through its tough hide, and you notice that there are many of these bony protrusions, these bony kind of spikes sticking out of the creature that it was flinging at you, that you managed to kind of bypass and get off a decent-sized hunk of meat from the haunches of one of the haunches of this creature.
Oh, cool. Yeah, just sling that over the shoulder.
Hey,
all right.
Rory, man.
Yeah.
Yo, wait, what are you doing? You getting food, bro?
Have you ever camped before? You have to have food.
Oh man. Okay, cool. No worries.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
making sure.
You could pick off pieces in a little bit. I'll take care of it. We'll age it. It's fine.
Cool, man.
So point of order.
Point of order?
Yeah, point of order. You guys have been subsisting on good berries for the last 3 days. So this is, besides whatever rations you took with you out of Cordis, this would be the first sort of food that you've acquired.
I'll burn the heck out of it tonight at dinner. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever declared Lucius's dietary restrictions, but I'm assuming I'm gonna declare him
worms,
vegan at this point.
No, worms, bugs, grubs.
A lot of berries, a lot of good berries.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. Probably some worms and bugs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Raj, excuse me. I'd like to retcon my previous statement. Hey, Rory, man, let me help you, man. I'm so tired of good berries.
Oh, we're gonna have ourselves a meal tonight. We're gonna have a Smiles. Are you in on this?
I'm gonna go search these orcs' bodies over here. You're gonna see what I can find.
But what you don't realize at the end of the lesson, at the end of last session, Balfire, as the 8-armed octopus, as you look over, all 8 of them are like searching through the pockets of all of the creatures.
right.
That's right.
Just pulling out.
It didn't go well.
Do I find anything that Valfire didn't find?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. First roll. Natural 20 for a 22.
Oh, all right. Unfortunately, it looks like the octopus has picked the pockets clean. All 8 sort of slithering tentacles having invested every crevice of these creatures, lingering in some others a little bit longer than would be natural.
I searched really. Am I sure though? I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God, you're sure?
You're very sure there's nothing left. There was just coppers and a few silvers on these creatures.
Yeah.
As I see Smiles look at it, I'll pull all the tentacles and just drop them in front of him. All the gear.
Oh
Yeah.
Wow.
You find some
belts, rusty weapons, like everything that they might have had on them. You know, T-shirts that accidentally I just ripped off with like the suction cups, so I'm not used to the just like everything, just odd, strange.
Yeah,
to keep them off.
there's a jock strap
An
in
ear.
there.
Yeah, there's an ear.
An
random
ear.
Yeah. There's like part of an orc tusk in it. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically just mundane equipment. They were carrying sort of rusty axes, a few javelins here and there, a few coins scattered about, hide armor badly tattered and clearly from the remnants of a badly butchered clawfoot. But yeah, nothing of particular note on these creatures.
Valfire, bro, man, you like kind of violated the corpses, man. Be careful. Just no more pulling their unders out, man.
I'll wild shape back into normal halfling Valfire. And I'll say, yes, this form is new to me. The moon granted me this power, and I'm not used to it.
What
It is strange.
was that? What were you? That was crazy.
This is a creature I saw off the coast while fishing one day. A magnificent creature. I call it the Oculus.
Yes, I've heard. I've heard of that.
Put it up. I'm putting it in my notebook. Okay, Oculus. Okay. Interesting. Well, there's we know there's a storm a brewing. I think we should get a hoof in it, guys.
Yep. I think Roar's got the right move there. Let's shake a leg.
All right. So as you mentioned that, Roar, the rest of you kind of look to the northern horizon, and you do in fact see these cataclysmic storm clouds moving in your direction. You know that, having been on the Broken Waste for quite some time now, that there are storms that roll in from the north and just kind of sweep over these rocky, broken plains, and they are heralded by these massive crashes of thunder and these arcs of purple lightning that light up the sky in a weird sort of lavender glow. And as you look towards the north, you can see the storm clouds looming even closer, and you estimate that the storm is moving pretty quickly. Lucius, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I was hoping you would say something about Lucius here.
Won't be me.
20. Dirty
20. All right. So as you kind of look to the sky and see these storm clouds brewing and coming closer, you instantly think to look towards the west, and you see the Stratus Excelsior Aerie, that point in the sky, coming towards you in your general direction, but now starting to veer towards the south in an effort to try to evade the coming storm. So you notice that they have taken note of the storm and are kind of maneuvering the city in a direction around.
Compadres, bros, just giving you a heads up, this storm, not good. We my peeps, and he points up towards Stratus Excelsior, they're getting out of here. Now I will say surf is up, So if you got wings, you want to catch some major cloud, now is the time.
Owl pops out.
Clouds are up.
Oh, Gror, it is so wonderful to see you again. I have made a breakthrough in a new, what I think is a new discipline of arcane study.
We'll get to that, but
The
huge storm.
runic symbology. It's the latest trend in no.
Now we're well. I mean, like huge storm. I think just follow Lucius around. I think he's gonna fly a little bit. Just just keep an eye out.
Bird bro, come on, let's go. Let's catch some clouds, man. Let's catch some wind.
All right, I
Follow
will
me, and he just goes.
All right, but I do want to talk to you about this runic symbology. I do.
I'm sorry.
Owl flies off to follow.
I mean, how far do we think? I mean, how long do we estimate that this is gonna crash into us?
Make a survival or a nature check.
Did someone else make this?
Yeah, I will do it.
How about you?
No, Roar asked.
I did.
Okay.
A 3.
A 3. Yeah, it could be
Could I assist him?
anywhere
Could I assist him? Could I assist him to give an advantage?
Uh,
I just run over there and start talking to him about it.
yeah, sure. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh. Yeah, 17.
17.
19 on the die.
Yeah, it's definitely days away, probably less than 4 days away.
Cool.
It
Okay,
could be moving.
so-
I mean, it could be move even faster at times. It could be moving slower, but you
Sure.
think that it's happening very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna change shape into into Lucius and attempt to fly, which I will not be able to do. Hey man, something's wrong with my wings. Like I can't get off the ground into the air. I don't know how I'm gonna get away from this storm, man. Wait up, bro.
Make an athletics check as you transform into the shape of Lucius.
That's a 3.
3. You make a big flap with your wings and end up falling flat on your face. Your beak kind of stuck in a crack in the rock.
Whoa, man, it looks like there's a worm right here. Rad, a little snacky snack.
This doesn't feel right.
All right, Lucius, what are you doing
You
in the
fools,
air?
we need to move.
Owl is following you, maybe good like 20, 30 feet behind you.
How far is the storm? You said 4 days?
Yeah.
All right. Lucius would get up high and he'd be like, "Oh, ow, man, I may have jumped the gun. Winds are not picking up for another day or two. So like, let's come back. Let's get back to the party, man. But like, when that wind hits, those clouds are hitting, and maybe the finger comes down from the sky. That's when we're really gonna catch some major cloud, man. So like, you and me, bro. Bird bros for life, bro." And he puts out one of his claws.
Who?
Well, actually, hold on. Can I speak to birds or no?
You can. Well,
Not to
I'll say
owl.
that. Yeah, Owl is a familiar and not technically
Fair.
like
Fair.
it speaks telepathically and kind of communicates telepathically.
All right, bro, I don't know your dialect, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and take your vibe as totes positive, man. Let's get back to the party, man. Come on.
Well, I
You, like, dives
imagine,
back down.
I imagine
All
he
right.
might know common, but he can't respond in common or something like that, right? I don't know
Yeah,
how
he can understand.
Yeah.
Basic language, and I mean, it's just the way he communicates is like his more complex thoughts would be telepathically. So, all right. So the two of you fly back down, and as Owl approaches, and perches on Horror's shoulder, yeah, what do you guys do?
We book it. We're going. We got to make
Okay.
some time.
Oh, yeah, we
Okay.
make our way.
All right, you make your way, continue the journey, and
Point of order.
Yeah, yeah.
During the journey, Lucius is going to be more airborne, kind of just like scouting ahead by flying high.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you are doing that for the rest of the day's travel.
20, dirty.
Dirty 20. As you look about, you can see. How high do you go?
Let's say 262 feet.
262 feet. All right. I will say that you catch sight of, off in the very far distance, the traveling merchants that you had encountered the previous day, and they are continuing towards the southeast, towards Cordis. But eventually you do lose sight of them as you continue to travel, but nothing else makes itself sort of apparent in this vicinity.
Okay.
With a dirty 20, actually, I will say that off on the northern horizon, past like you can see that there's a valley that you're going to kind of have to go through and then crest like this area where these giant mesas, these giant plateaus kind of exist and kind of like crawl through this sort of maze-like rock formation. And once you get past that, you can actually see from your height off in the distance, you can see what looks like ought to be Deep Born Cleft. This large rift in the earth that stretches maybe for about 2 miles in the north-south direction, or we'll say generally sort of northeast to southwest, and is maybe from this distance hard to tell, but maybe at least 100 feet like wide at its widest point. So a pretty significant sized cleft in the earth here.
Okay. Anything like in the path? That's mainly I'm gonna be looking for like creatures, booby traps, something on the road. For
Yeah.
The party.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, with a 20, you don't really notice anything else
Okay.
From your vantage at this point. And
Okay.
the rest of the day does pass uneventfully as night starts to fall and the glow of pending judgment appears also on the towards the northeast, illuminating the veil in or the broken waste in sort of this luminescent glow. And as you bed down for the evening, you can decide to take watches, or what do you choose to do?
Oh, we got the hawk of what was the thing we fought? Meat, and I'm just like using green flame blade, just like a rapier, just kind of just holding it, a little bit of firebolt where possible, just to light stuff up and cook it up for us.
Not even light a full fire.
I
Right.
imagine we'd light a campfire, right?
Well, there isn't a lot to like
No, yeah, there's
burn
nothing
in
to
this
burn.
area.
I see.
You can
So-
occasionally find tufts of dried sky grass,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but you'd have to spend a lot of time accumulating, which is totally possible. It's totally easy.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
using some fire magic as much as possible to just burn the crap out of this thing for us to eat.
Okay,
Cool.
sure.
I'm
Got
a
it.
bugbear.
I'm
I'm a
gonna-
bugbear. It doesn't need to be good.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and set our creature traps just around the site. I'll just set them kind of even spaced and kind of
Oh, that's pretty cool.
hidden.
Pretty cool.
Just to set up a perimeter.
Okay.
Sounds great, man.
Yeah. So are you setting them? Tell me, describe how you're setting the traps up.
So we're occupying a space of our campsite's about maybe a 10 by 10, maybe 15 by 15, and so I'm just kind of in a circle around that, disguised under whatever brush or dirt, so that, and it's dark out, so as disguised as possible in a evenly spaced circle around our campsite.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check to see how well you can sort of camouflage them using the elements at your disposal.
Survival is 13.
Sorry, Mister, what was it?
Decent.
13.
13. Okay. With a 13, yeah, you think you've done a reasonable job of camouflaging these traps, and yeah, you set them out in a perimeter. Roar, as you begin to light up the green flame blade, you can see Roar's face and kind of furry countenance get illuminated by this sickly greenish glow that's sort of emanating from his fiery blade, and you set it to the meat, and you hear like an instant like a sizzle like start to erupt from it, and as you do so, the smell of burning meat starts to fill the air, and having had nothing but good berries, you get there's a sort of involuntary salivary effect here as your stomach starts to rumble. It's like, oh, actual sustenance is nigh. So I'll say that after the green flame blade is probably not the most efficient way to do this, but so maybe after like an hour or two of just kind of trying to sear it all the way around and cook it all the way through, you manage to find yourself a reasonably cooked piece of monster haunch.
It's like seared ahi tuna. You know what I mean? Just the outside. Just the outside.
Sure. Yeah. Make a what's a good skill for cooking here?
I don't know.
Yeah, make a general
survival.
This could be survival. I think if you're trying to be a little fancier with that, I'd say just
Religion.
make a general intelligence check.
General intelligence.
Yeah.
Sweet. General intelligence. A 19. 15 on the die. Let's go.
All right, very good. Yeah, so you think you're not an expert in this meat, but you think you've cooked it through relatively well, left it a little bit.
I share it freely with everybody.
Okay, to the rest of you party.
Mouse?
Prestidigitation. I wave my hands and make the meal taste incredible.
Okay. I think so you can certainly add a little bit of flavor to it and try to boost the flavor a bit with prestidigitation. So
it's not as gamey tasting.
Yeah. So that is the first thing that strikes you as you sink your teeth into the haunch of this creature is this sharp, sour, very sort of pungent taste that just like rolls up the tongue and into the nostrils. It is super, super gamey.
Tastes like home.
Right. The traveling sort of it reminds you of the traveling marketplaces of the Macraws and the skewers of meat that would often be sold or traded from these street sort of food vendors. But yeah, it is sort of reminiscent of that. And as you as you bite into it, Smiles casts prestidigitation and enhances the flavor a little bit, maybe toning down the gaminess, maybe adding a little bit of spice, a little sort of a peppery kind of flavor to it.
Oh, I'm a genius. This is so good. I'll take first watch as we set up for the night.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check as you keep watch.
I'll use an owl for my perception as well.
Okay. Owl manifests and will help you keep watch.
Love it. Perception, huh?
Oh, well, so Raj, I mean,
12.
since they're going to be on watch for a couple of hours, I'm assuming that Owl will give him a full storytelling of all of his recent treaties and
I have him doing laps. He's my eyes in the skies.
But every time he comes around, it's like, and
yes, he certainly tries to get a word in edgewise, but Rory will have none of it as usual. The ever growing treatise on runic symbology will have to wait for another time. But with a 12, you don't notice anything at the edge of your vision as you.
I'm mostly reading, honestly.
Sure, yeah, and Owl is kind of keeping watch for you for the most part, but is really preoccupied with his own thoughts, and as he kind of flies by, you can kind of hear like random sort of insights that he's making, or like, oh, perhaps I should examine this when I return back to my realm, and your watch passes uneventfully though. Cool. Who do you wake up for the second watch?
I think I'm tapping Valfire.
Okay. All right, Valfire.
Hey, bud. It's okay.
Oh, you roar. Sorry about that.
Oh, I understand.
I was having a pleasant dream for once.
Okay. Well, you enjoy. Nothing out there. Have fun. Good night.
And I turn into a wolf and start prowling around.
Sweet.
Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I should be good at these. All right, 17.
17. Okay. As you transform into the wolf form, the paws hit the ground. The front paws hit the ground, and you feel the bestial nature of the creature kind of coming on and clouding your mind. But you manage to kind of shake it off, and with a good sort of like shake of your head that kind of shakes all the way back down to your tail, you stave off any of the feral effects that you've felt in the past and manage to keep your senses. Go ahead and make a perception check as you keep watch for this part of the evening.
21.
21. You prowl around, eyes intent on the horizon, nose close to the ground, sniffing out whatever you can eke from the hard scrabble ground, and you detect the presence of nothing. Nothing seems to approach or catch your senses.
Okay.
Okay. And do you wake someone up for the final watch?
I will wake up Smiles.
Okay.
Well, hey, buddy. This is how I like to wake up. Is what a wonderful face to be seeing.
And I'll just curl up and head back to my space and then fall asleep as the wolf.
Okay.
Delightful as ever.
All right. So, Smiles, go ahead and make a perception check as you're keeping watch.
Perception. Oh, yeah. It's good. 6.
As you are keeping watch, you notice that there is a small pool of water, a puddle in the area next to you, and you just can't help but stare at it, just enamored with the visage staring back at you. What a handsome devil. This guy, look at those teeth. This guy is the best. You're the best.
I do contemplate waking up all the rest of the party to look at the puddle with me. I think about it a lot.
Yes, but at the end you decide to keep this special treasure to yourself, just not good enough to share. And you find yourself as the morning comes, the rest of you kind of rouse and find Smile staring at a small puddle of water that's kind of formed in one of the rocky crevices here.
And so as everybody else starts to wake up, I make my way to the perimeter and collect the traps.
Okay. So with the rest of the night having passed uneventfully, you gather your belongings and continue. I need someone to roll percentile dice for me, please.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it. 87.
87. All right.
Good number.
It is an 87. And as you continue your journey on the 5th day, you find yourselves navigating a sort of a rocky vale, a labyrinth sort of, with all these strange pillars of rocks kind of sticking out of the ground at odd angles. And as you kind of navigate your way through and up a rise on the other side, you find the area of these high plateaus and mesas that Lucius had spied the other day from his lofty perch. And as you kind of make your way through the maze, I'm gonna have Lucius, what are you doing during this time?
Same thing, flying high, a little higher, about 400 feet. So just circling, kind of like viewing the area as like a scout ahead, scout above, Scout ahead.
Okay, so if you're flying up above, then you can help the rest of the party sort of navigate this labyrinthine maze of passages between these mesas and these high plateaus. And so I was going to ask you all to make intelligence checks, but you do not have to do that. So Lucius, you help navigate the party through, and as you all exit, you find yourselves in an area. Excuse me. You pass through this narrow ravine, this crack between two wide mesas, and you find yourselves in a broken, rocky landscape, somewhat frozen in time. You see these huge undulations of once molten rock lie now solidified, sort of mid-wave. They are now these kind of still ripples in the earth, and scattered throughout are these pieces of stone that float in the air, some of them perfectly still, others rotating wildly but held in place. And before you, there's about 100 yards of this terrain, and beyond that, you see what must be Deep Born Cleft, this giant rift in the earth, perhaps 100 feet across, and stretching on for about a mile in each direction. The rift itself, as I'm assuming, tell me what you guys are doing at this point, actually.
Oh, I'm looking at some rocks floating and spinning and trying to figure out what the heck's going on here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a. They're mostly out of your reach. I'd say there are probably one or two in the immediate vicinity that are like within grasping distance, but most of them are probably a good 10, 20, 30 feet high in the air.
Okay.
I would say Lucius would be
like landing on them, testing them, scouting them, kind of like this is familiar.
Okay. So let's see. I'll have both of you make an investigation check then as you are exploring these rocks.
+6, baby. Oh, that's cocked.
Crit fail +1.
Okay. So Lucius, as you fly into the air and try to land on one of these rocks, and some of them are pretty significant size, like maybe like 3 meters across. You find one that's sort of standing perfectly still, almost like generally spherical in shape, but seems to have sort of an elongated, sort of almost like a comet sort of tail. This rock is sort of like just frozen in time, and like as you land on it, there's no give to it. It's like a solid piece of the earth, just weirdly floating in the air. Below it, you kind of pass your hand through. There's nothing kind of that you can detect suspending it. It just seems to be frozen.
I mean, this is similar to Pending Judgment, right?
Go ahead and make a nature check for
18.
that. 18. Yeah, I mean, Pending Judgment is not something you've seen up close, but you have to imagine it's pretty similar to this. There might be something there that resembles the phenomenon.
I think my 2 on the investigation I would have gotten distracted, and I would have found that like this is probably the most ideal place for an Aarakocra monk to meditate. So I would have like perched on it and entered a meditative state, kind of lost in that moment.
Okay. Make an insight check for me. And or what did you roll in your investigation?
24.
24. Okay. You approach one of the rocks that's sort of closer to the ground, and this one is a smaller kind of fragment, similar in shape to the one that, and you realize now that they're all very similar in shape, like these spherical masses with these long sort of like comet-like tails trailing off to sort of a point in the distance. With a 24, I'll say you notice that they're all sort of coming from the same direction and have all sort of like been frozen, seemingly in place by whatever caused this to happen, sort of made it happen all at the same time.
Cool.
With a 24, I'll also say that as you're looking at sort of like the ground, and you notice like sort of these waves of formerly molten rock having like kind of solidified in place, you can see that these waves are kind of crashing against some kind of invisible barrier that doesn't seem to exist anymore, but whatever they hit up against has caused them to kind of like just stand in place, and then just like kind of the rock, the lava or the magma just sort of frozen over and like solidified in place.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
Insight check 23.
So as you enter your meditative state, you start to think back to times in the Eyrie, and some memories start to come back to you, unbidden, things you hadn't thought about in quite some time. There was an incident when your family had given you, as per the custom, to the monastery, knowing that this is sort of a sad day for families having to give their children. You have this memory of looking into your parents' eyes and not catching the same level of sorrow or regret normally rimming the eyes of these forlorn or these forlorn parents who are kind of forced, as per the custom, to give their children to the monastery. And you never thought about this before in a lot of depth, but something about it now is kind of clawing at the edge of your memory and is not sitting right with you.
Yeah, I think in that moment, Raj, I will recognize their look is not sorrow or regret, but relief at giving me to the monastery.
Make another insight check for me.
This one is not great. Oh, actually, it's 9.
9. Yeah, that seems to be that is your interpretation. Yeah, that seems to be right.
Okay.
I think how every parent thinks that their kid is adorable and stuff, and then other people are like, "Ooh, that's actually an ugly baby." Like they were like, "That's an ugly baby." Yeah.
Or a baby that caused them
so much stress and
annoyance and work, and they were just like glad to have this be someone else's problem.
So I'll say with the 23 insight that you rolled originally, that is the sense that you're getting. There is like some sense of relief or sort of washing their hands of the matter. And you think back and you're like, hey, bro, I was not like the easiest kid, but there's something more to it than that. Almost like more than a sense of relief, more like a finally we can move on sort of thing. That's kind of permeating your memory.
I will say, Lucius, with kind of entering this meditative state and trying to be calm, upon this like memory and this realization, will like kind of like jolt out of his meditative state and probably lose a bit of his balance trying to like right himself and figure out, like, reorient himself where he is. Yeah. But won't try to enter the meditative state again and kind of rejoin the party quietly.
Okay.
Like get down and just like fall in line, but like not saying anything, but like really processing what's happening. Yeah, certainly. You flop down rather quietly and kind of sidle up to the rest of the group without much ado. And as you do so, the rest of you, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, Raj, where does it look like we can go from here?
Yeah, there's basically a relatively straight path towards Deep Born Cleft from here, which you can kind of see about 100 yards in front of you, the lip of this ravine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey guys, we're burning daylight here. Let's make our way down.
Oh yeah, I don't notice that he's Lucius is meditating or anything, and oh yeah, we're going down. As we're climbing down, I'll just ask Smiles. I'm like, okay, hey bud, question for you. If this thing's real, if we can find some chronomatic magic and mess with time, what would you reverse as we're climbing down, getting into Deep Born Cleft?
Yeah, well, life is a gift, and gosh, I
yeah. But like, really though, what would you play with?
Yeah, I'd bring her back.
Who?
What?
What?
Oh, how about you, buddy? Hey, how about you? What would you, what would you do?
I've got some hobgoblins I want to mess with. Anyway, cool. Yeah, good.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah,
right?
I love it. You just don't dive into that. You're just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, cool. Keep climbing down.
All right, you make your way towards Deep Born Cleft, and I think this might be a good place for us to take a small break, and we will come back in just a few minutes and find out what awaits us as you approach the cleft in the earth that holds the secrets of Larthakia potentially.
It's like deep chin cleft.
Larthakia.
Chin-born cleft. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, and we return to the party making their way towards Deep Born Cleft. And as they pass through this area of floating rocks and solidified lava formations, you hear in the backs of your, or behind you, rather, you hear the sounds of rocks kind of scraping against rocks, pebbles kind of falling from the sky, and a small pebbles kind of like tap 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 hitting the ground behind you. As you turn around to look, you see actually everybody make a perception check.
Doesn't matter. Oh,
13.
natural 20 for an 18.
18.
25.
Okay. Even with a 25, you do not notice anything. It seems to be perfectly still, the environment.
Is that noticeable? That it's still? Is that odd?
No, I mean, everything is still here except for your own movement. The sounds of your feet scraping against the rock are basically the only sounds that you hear at this point.
We don't
Hey
see
guys,
other...
I just want to let you know, I feel like everything here is normal. We should keep going. Let's make haste.
I'm climbing.
Raj, we don't see any other people?
No, you don't see any other people.
That's odd.
Bros, man, it's like too quiet. I'm gonna are they still climbing down, or are we at the bottom?
You guys are you're kind of in the bottom of this little vale, and you're climbing a little bit up towards the lip of Deep Born Cleft.
Bros, I'm gonna go scout ahead. If you want Allie to help me, awesome. 2 birds are better than 1.
I think it's actually a bird in the two birds in the bush.
Wrong. That's offensive. Wrong. He just flies away.
Pop owl.
Wait, but I don't even have one in the hand.
I pop owl into my hand and I throw him at Lucius.
Okay. Oh, run! Whoa! Owl goes sailing towards Lucius and catches flight sort of midair and flies after him. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Lucius, as you fly away. You probably make how far ahead do you fly?
I mean, I'm just gonna buzz the tower of the town. I want to see if I see anybody.
Is it a town? Is it a town or is this
No.
a town?
These are just
No, I don't
natural rock formations, seemingly.
I see. I'm gonna buzz I'm gonna kind of zoom through the gully. Yeah.
Sure.
Real quick, I'll say to Roar.
I'm gonna do pod racing.
Roar.
Raj.
As he goes flying, I'm gonna go to Roar and say, Roar.
Hmm?
He thought it was quiet. Is he confused that this is not a town and rather just a big hole in the ground?
He gets confused a lot. It's just, there's nothing here. Nothing here.
He's
Perception?
a really nice guy, though.
Perception is
Perception.
a 10.
10. Okay. So as you look around to see, you actually are distracted by the sudden darkening of the sky as these massive storm clouds start to roil and thunder above you. You hear this loud crack of thunder, and eventually you see this arc of purple lightning just flash across the sky from one cloud to another before it redirects and hits the ground maybe a good mile away from where you all are. And this clap of thunder just resonates throughout the area. The rain starts to come down. At first, a gentle sort of pitter-patter, but then very rapidly, sheets upon sheets of water just hurtling down at you all, obscuring your sight, obscuring your hearing, and it is dark, almost as if it were nighttime, just all of a sudden, and with the occasional flash of purple, just sort of illuminating everything for a brief few seconds before it becomes dark again. Lucius, at this point, you recognize that if you stay in the air at any for much longer, it's going to be tough going, and so you'll make your way down, I'm assuming. All right,
Make
so
way back and down.
yeah, make your way back and down. As you're making your way back, give me one more perception check.
As he does that, I'm going to cast light on an object of Smiles' so that he can see.
Okay,
It is so dirty at 20.
so dirty.
Third dirty 20, bro.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
It's the third time this die has rolled a 16.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Cray. It's cray.
All right, so Lucius, as you're flying back, helped by the beacon of light that Roar has created, casting light upon an object in the vicinity, you can see these sheets of water flickering through the light, and occasionally everything just gets washed out in purple. But you can see one of the rocks that is above them, just kind of floating in midair, suddenly drops and starts plummeting towards the group. I need Smiles and Valfire and Roar all to make dexterity saving throws.
Do they see it? They notice it?
They do not notice it. It is too noisy, and there's too much of the elements kind of going on for them to pay close attention.
25.
25. All right. That's a success.
15.
15. That is also a success.
Yes.
19.
19, also a success. So all of you manage to just scrape by, and take. Oh, that's a lot of fives. 17 or half of 17, so that would be 8 points of bludgeoning damage
Thank God.
as the rock sort of smashes in your midst, scattering the three of you about. And as you kind of like turn from your prone position to kind of look, you see this massive boulder that had just kind of fallen in your midst, and it slowly starts to roll as arms, like almost like of liquid stone, start to protrude from one side and then another, and then a leg starts to form, and then another as this big massive stone starts to slowly kind of rise, and you can see like cracks and crevices start to open up as like amorphous kind of eyes, and then a mouth starts to appear as like two of the jaws start to separate, and you hear this sort of. We'll have you all roll for initiative.
There's no way I had time to cast Mage Armor.
At this point, no.
No, okay, fine.
All right.
But Smiles does look at him and say, "Hello, friend. I didn't see you there."
Mm-hmm.
And rolls a 13.
Should I call it out, Raj? I know we were.
Yeah, sorry. Give me a second here. All right, Sterling, what did you get? 13, you said?
13.
All right, and Lucius?
10.
10. And Velfire?
6.
6. And Roar?
Also a 13.
Also a 13. All right, and let's see. All right, so let us start here and give ourselves a bit of a view.
Oh yeah, show it to me. Show it to me.
All right, so
Oh.
we will say that.
Whoa, oh Raj, look at this. What?
All right,
That is
so-
a good map.
So we'll say Hror is over here. We'll say Valfire is over here. And Smiles over here. All of you were sort of knocked prone. And in the midst, you see this sort of animated boulder coming to life. And as you do, I don't know if you guys can see. I can move the camera a little closer here.
Did?
Yeah, we can see. We were all right.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah.
I was not.
Okay. I like that.
Is that better?
Yep. There we
So
go.
good.
That's
So
killer.
good.
Killer. Nice.
The best. The best view.
Awesome.
Best
awesome.
view, Raj.
All right, and then we
So
will-
good. It was the best
This view is one of the best views.
Yeah, the
The
best
best view.
views.
You can only get these kind of views where I come from.
That's right. Right, no one else has the views like I do. Raj has the best views.
All right,
Make
and-
views great again, okay?
All right. I will say Lucius is on his way back, flying towards the party at a rapid pace now that he's seen this event happen. And all right. So at the start of the round, we'll say, Hror, you are actually going first.
Love it. Well, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself,
Okay.
and bonus action start singing my blade song, and so I'll just be humming to myself, sing my little song, start moving. I'm gonna stand up if I'm knocked down, and
Okay.
make my way right at this boulder, man.
Got it. So you are actually adjacent to it.
Perfect.
So you
Great.
are right next to it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just rapiers out, getting ready. I'm kind of limbering up, getting ready to fight.
Okay. All right. So you've cast the swirling sort of magical protection around yourself. You stand up and prepare for battle. All right. It is Smiles, your turn, followed by Lucius.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up,
Okay.
and I will look at the creature, and I will say, "Didn't your mother ever teach you it's rude to drop and hit, or was she too dense?" And viciously mock this stone beast.
All right. So it is going to make a wisdom saving throw,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a 13.
Which fails.
Okay. That's a failure.
For 4 points of emotional damage.
All right. 4 points
And-
of psychic. Sorry, go ahead.
And disadvantage.
And disadvantage on this next attack. All right. So we will mark it with a magic effect
the
there.
music. Oh, the music.
All right. Love this one. All right.
And I'm going to
yeah.
move away from the creature 15 paces.
Got it.
Yeah.
We'll say you move over back away from the melee as it starts to unfold. Lucius, it is your turn.
Oh, one more thing. Bonus action. Lucius gets a bardic inspiration. I say, Lucius, you're in great position.
Okay. Actually, so what's the range on bardic inspiration here? Is there a
30 feet?
That's a question that I'm going to answer, which is 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay. So I will say that because it is thundering and it is dark outside, I will say go ahead, make a perception check with disadvantage to see if you can see him at that distance.
Oh, okay.
It's a creature that can hear me. I don't have to give
I would say in a storm though like this, it's probably still hearing is probably still hard.
Yeah, so I'll say actually in that case I'll say Lucius, make a perception check to see if you can hear him with disadvantage.
That's fair.
Disadvantage? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a 9.
A 9. So you shout out at the top of your lungs to Lucius an encouraging word, but he is not able to hear you, unfortunately.
And so does that use the bardic inspiration, or I just don't get to give it to him?
I would say that would use it up. Your intent was to try to give it to him, and you shouted out like a magically infused phrase, but he was unable to hear.
Okay.
All right. But Lucius, it is your turn now.
Die bombing this guy. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Given the conditions, do I even know what's happening? I was heading back casually, not knowing that they were under attack.
You saw the rock fall though.
Yeah.
You did see the rock fall, and you did see them kind of scatter. There was like some flashes of lightning here and there that kind of illuminate everything. So it's kind of like a strobe effect where like the rock was like kind of falling, and then there was like it was darkness, then a flash of light, and then you saw them all scattered. So yeah.
Brilliant. Love it. Love all of it. I'm going to die bomb this guy with my quarterstaff. And I'm going to crit fail. Crit fail. Crit fail. It's a crit fail.
Loading. Loading.
Crit fail. So I would have gotten right next to him. Crit failed. So in the air, but like, 5 feet off the ground or something, whatever.
Sure. Okay.
And then I miss, and then I'm going to just I'm gonna break wind on him.
Okay.
Which is, I decided is what we're gonna call my telekinetic shove.
Sure. Okay. Breaking wind. Go for it. Oh, I got to make a strength saving throw.
His save. Yeah.
Yeah. Strength saving throw. Okay.
And yeah.
That is a 9. So this seemingly dense creature made of stone actually, as it's kind of like coming to shape, is still a little bit off balance. So as you kind of shove it, it does move away 5 feet. So you will push it over in this direction.
Do I have any move left?
No, you use all your moves to get over there.
Okay.
Your move is 50, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you use all your moves to go. All right.
Perfect. I'm done.
Cool. All right. It is now the creature's turn. And as it kind of like stumbles backwards, and actually what happens is the limbs all retract and it kind of rolls backwards before like it kind of like extrudes its limbs once more and then comes up into a standing position. And as it does so, you can see that the creature this rocky creature starts to glow, and you can see that a glowing starts to happen on a couple of other boulders in the vicinity, and suddenly they spring to life as limbs start to extrude from them, and they start to take form and move towards you all. So we'll say
Nope.
over
Nope.
here
Nope.
turns into one, and this rock over here, all the way in the sky, turns to one. All right, and as it does so, this one is going to turn and take a swing at Smiles.
Perfectly done, Smiles. Right in, walked right into his trap.
Right into it.
Nope.
Let's
Didn't do
see. Sorry, give me a second here as I. Oh,
so we
shoot.
added 2 to the board, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, one second.
Bellfire, you're probably on deck.
Mhm.
Yes, that would be correct. All right. And it is that creature's turn. It moves to take a swing at Smiles.
Smiles.
So this is a slam attack that is coming towards you. That is an 18 to hit.
I react and yell out, "You must be limestone because you're so sour." Casting silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs, and on a reroll, that is actually a 24.
Must take the lower. Must take the lower.
Must take the lower. So does the 18 hit you?
It does.
Okay, all right. So with that, it bludgeons you with one of its meaty stone fists and hits you for 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you are rocked with one of its slam attacks. The other one is going to roll off of its perch.
Who do you give advantage to, by the way? Yeah.
But by the way, I also yell out to Lucius, or to Valfire rather, and I say, "But you're a diamond, my friend," giving him advantage.
Got it. With the silver barbs, yeah. All right, and Valfire, as you are prone, this creature rolls off of its perch and starts rolling towards you on the ground, and attempts to slam into you. That is it has advantage. That is going to be a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
Yeah,
But
you
no,
take... What's that?
I was sorry. Yeah. No, it was AC. Never mind.
Yeah. So that is 20 points of bludgeoning damage as the creature just rolls over you, slamming you with the momentum of it rolling off of the stone that's kind of flying up in the sky there. And it is now Valfire, your turn.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, God.
I'm saying this because this changes my plan. Ow! Yeah, let's turn into a bear.
Yeah.
But before I do that, though, I will cast. Oh no, this won't work.
Ooh, this
I'm gonna cast. Yeah, no, I'll just turn into a bear.
Okay. All right. So the halfling form on the ground starts to wither or wiggle and writhe, and you can see like these huge hairy limbs start to sprout out from it. The head becomes this terrible maw, and the creature becomes this massive hairy bear at the foot of the creature, still prone, but a bear nonetheless.
All right, so I'll stand up with half my move, and then with my action, I'll just bite and claw it.
All right, go for it. Make your attack.
Ooh, critical.
Oh, that's
my
crit.
first critical of the campaign.
Hallelujah.
Nice.
All right, let's roll high. Skadoosh. All right, 15 points of piercing damage, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So remember to max the damage and then roll extra dice on top of that, right?
Okay. So then it'd be 8 plus 5 plus 5. So 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. All right, and we'll say that's the third of these creatures. 18 points of damage. So as you rake into the creature, you realize its hard, stony exterior kind of affords it some protection. You do not do all the damage that you think you were going to do.
Yep. And so I'm like, I strike at him. I'm like, ow! And then I go in with my bite attack, and I critical fail. So I'm like,
My teeth! Oh, God!
oh, God!
All right.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Oh, then if I have any more move, I would like to try to move where I can be between both of the ones that my companions are fighting. So if I could squeeze in there.
Yeah, sure.
Are you protecting us?
I'm just going to be a sponge if I can. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So this this creature's vicious mockery actually it didn't make an attack that round. I think it expires at the end of your next or somebody's its turn or
next attack.
oh it's
Oh, sorry. Before the end of its next turn.
And how does that advantage work?
Oh,
Could
okay,
I
so
use?
it's done. Yeah, okay.
Is the
So
advantage
just on your next save, attack, or
I see. Got it.
or skill check.
Yeah. All right, so top of round 2, Roar, it is your turn, and then Smiles, you're next.
Can I maneuver to get as many of them as possible in a 15-foot cone?
You can only get one, either number 3 over here, or the original number 1 over there. Because Lucius and Valfire are kind of in between the two of them.
Ah,
You
shit.
can't shape.
No, I'm not that kind of shape. Cool. All right, well, bonus action, I will pop out a shadowy blade, and take a swing with I think with the shadowy blade actually at the
Okay.
original guy.
Okay. So you'll move up next to it, and go ahead and make an attack. Is this considered a magical weapon? I imagine it is, right? Shadow Blade.
is,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, go for it.
Making sure. I'm quite certain it is. All right, shooting, hitting.
Okay,
18 plus. Yeah, 25 to hit.
that'll hit.
That will indeed hit. For 10 points of psychic damage.
10
in the
points of
brain.
psychic damage. All right. So as the shadow blade sort of swipes through the creature, you can see like its immaterial form just kind of like passes through it, and you can see like little flecks of stone go flaking off. And you can see that the creature just sort of like puts both of its like stony hands on its head, like, and then like kind of shakes itself and like comes at you.
Oh yeah, you weren't expecting that now, were you, bud? Okay.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Smiles. It's you and then Lucius.
All right, so I'm going to turn to this this creature next to me, and I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force on it,
Hey.
creating an illusion that the space around me is full of the most dangerous, worst nightmare of this rock creature. And I don't know if that's like vat of acid or wall of, just whatever would terrify
Lava.
it and make it disappear. That is me incarnate, just like exploding out at it. And it needs to make an intelligence save.
Intelligence saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We'll roll an intelligence save for this creature, and that is a 12. So I don't think that succeeds.
That's gonna fail, and he's gonna take 1 point of
Classic.
phantasmal
Bards, man. Bards.
force damage.
Okay. So in its mind's eye, it sees the form of Smiles before it, just kind of like smile and kind of wave at it, and then just instantly dissolve into a pile of lava that just like kind of falls in the ground and starts like roiling and bubbling, splashes of which kind of get on the creature, and it kind of like you can see it kind of like waving its hands, trying to stave off the effect of the lava as it can see in its own eyes, like its body starts to melt, and it takes 1 point of damage. All right. What else you got?
Yeah, and then that's it. Yeah, I'm
No,
there.
you got more. Come on.
I need to save my
Fair enough.
casting.
So
I think
save
because I cast something, so I can't bonus action something else because I already cast my
Fair
spell.
enough.
All right, Lucius, you're up, and then I'm gonna go.
All right. Do I get can I make it like some kind of check to see how heavy these guys are? I want to carry one in the sky.
I imagine that you do. You get this. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence check?
Yeah.
13.
These things must weigh like thousands of pounds. They're just like just living boulders, essentially.
Okay. All right. So, given that, I'm going to move towards Smiles because I feel like he's in more danger than the other two.
Okay.
I'm going to attack that one. I'm going to quarterstaff him. So I'm going to fly, quarterstaff that guy.
You could pick up Smiles and get him out of the way.
Well, that's true. Too late, Ryan. 14 attack.
14 does not hit, unfortunately. Your claws or your quarterstaff like kind of bangs against the creature's back, and you feel the vibration in your hands as you don't do any damage, and like the force kind of like returning back to you is
How
rather
much move do I have left?
that was
I mean, you moved me a little further than I would have wanted to, but
you saw from there you have like 25 feet left, 30 feet
okay.
left.
I can't pick up. Picking him up would be a move, an action, right?
You would have to use an action to try to grapple him first.
All right. He's gonna have to break my wind. He's gonna have to deal with the broken wind. So,
Okay. Making a strength saving throw here for this creature. That is pretty low. These creatures are really strong, but they are not able to withstand your the breaking wind from you.
So 10 feet away.
10 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
5, 10. Yeah. All right. No longer adjacent to Smiles.
5 feet.
It is 5 feet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say that you could probably push him in this direction.
I'm gonna push him away from Smiles. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Smiles, you find yourself no longer adjacent to the creature. And it is in fact their turn as
if I have any move left, I would have stood between Smiles and the creature.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Or flown between the two.
Yeah,
right?
Sure, no problem. Yeah. All right. It is now the creature's turns. The original one is going to try to return the attack against Roar. Yeah, and so the fist comes like screaming at you, actually kind of in slow motion, but it is a huge fist. Yeah. And that is an 18 to hit.
Is that disadvantage still or no?
That is not disadvantage. Oh, no, that wouldn't be disadvantage because it expired. Because on its last turn it didn't attack. Yeah. All right, 18 will miss. All right, so that is the end of its turn actually. As it tries to swing and just hits the air as you kind of like deftly dodge out of the way. The other two creatures, one will come and swing at you, Lucius, who you interposed yourself between it and Smiles, and it is going to try to attack you. That is an 11 to hit, which I think you can ably dodge.
Me?
And then,
yeah.
Oh, and then the last one will press the attack against Valfire as a bear, as it reaches back with his fist and attempts to slam it into him. That's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
All right, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the thing just lays into your flank, and the rest of you watch as like the flesh sort of undulates and shudders underneath the blow. Something that would have felled a normal creature, but this bear is made of sterner stuff and it withstands most of the impact. All right, and Valfire, it is your turn.
All right, I will turn my back to the creature that just hit me and press the attack on the one that Roar is fighting.
Okay.
I'll just where I know it's not as effective, I'm just going to continue to battle with this form. So
yeah, sounds good.
All right, let's start with a bite. A natural 20 again.
Oh, let's go.
Hey!
What?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
I haven't had any.
Amazing.
All right, just roll this and then. All right. Let's say so 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage, of which it seems to stave off most of that effect, but you do some damage for sure.
All right, and then a 16 to hit for the next attack.
16 does hit. Yep.
All right, nice. And this one is for 11 points.
Okay. Again, your claws are raking against its hard skin. You're getting in there, but it's still not doing as much damage as you would expect.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Good. That was Valfire. Top of the round. It's Roar. Your turn once more with Smiles next.
Real quick, telepathically, I say to Roar, I say, do we need to rethink this strategy? Do we need to relocate? Think about it. Tell me next round.
I'll think about it as I'm stabbing with my. I'm just already stabbing with my rapier at this guy.
All right, go for it.
All right, that is a 14 plus 7, 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
All right, cool. For a cool 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. All right.
Bonus action, attack with the other hand with the Shadow Blade.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. For the 9 points of damage, what kind of damage was that?
It's just general rapier, piercing.
Piercing. Okay, so you can tell like it was very difficult to kind of pierce through its hard, stony exterior.
Sure.
So you didn't do quite the damage you thought. And that would have been 4 points of damage. So I will give it back 5 points here. Okay,
Cool.
sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and then I rolled a 10 plus 7, 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Okay, good. For 8 and a 6, 14 points of psychic damage.
All psychic damage. Yeah, and it takes it all, and you can tell that as it keeps swinging and hurling its fist at you and missing, you can see that it's like reeling from the psychic damage that you're laying into it with your shadow blade. It is looking very wounded at this point, and one might say bloodied. You've carved off a lot of pieces of its stony exterior from it. All right, very good. It is Miles, your turn, and then Lucius, you're next.
All right, I'm gonna yell out, keep him within 10 feet of me. And since he is still within 10 feet of my, since he's still next to my phantasmal cube of lava, which is in a 10-foot cube, he's gonna take another psychic damage from this phantasmal force. And that'll be 4 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Does it get a saving throw of some kind?
It does not. It's already bought into the illusion.
Such a save.
Wow. That's pretty good. All right. So sorry. How much damage did it take?
4 points of psychic.
4 more points of psychic damage. All right. Cool. So I think. This is actually the. Yeah.
This is
okay.
number two.
This is number 2. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Cool.
Okay, and then I'm going to yell out at him, and to him it will seem like the lava is telling him this message, and be like, "Oh, you're dumb as rocks!" Ah! And viciously mock
Checks
him.
out. Checks
Okay.
out.
All right. Vicious mockery. Wisdom saving throw from this creature is an 18, unfortunately. So, it responds with a jibe that you don't understand.
I will actually, I'm gonna silvery barbs, and say, I don't know if you heard me. You're dumb as rocks.
Okay. This one is a natural 20, unfortunately. So,
Are you kidding me?
I am not.
Okay. But I am gonna now say to Lucius, who's much closer to me, and you're sharp as a tack.
Raj,
Okay.
what point of order on Phantasm Force? You are correct. The target can use this action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check against the spell DC.
That's right.
If it
Okay.
succeeds, the target realizes the phantasm is illusion and the spell ends.
All right.
Raj,
Raj,
point of order. Raj, point of order.
Hey, that's a good point of order. All right. So that was Smel's
Thank you,
turn.
Raj. Thank you, Raj.
We'll see what it does on its next turn. Let's see. It is Lucius. You're up.
All right, I'm going to first break wind on this guy.
Okay. Oh, strength saving throw.
And Lucius, you will have an advantage when you need it.
Okay, that is an 18 on the strength save. Finally using his prodigious strength to
right.
stave off your push.
Does the advantage last more than one turn, or just this turn?
Just on your next use of on your next attack, save, or skill check.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack him then. So,
Okay.
come on, man. It is a 16.
16 will hit.
All right. So it's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage with your quarterstaff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Slamming into it, realizing you're not doing quite as much damage as you would expect, but you do hit it a little bit.
All right. I'm going to use a key point and do flurry of blows.
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I need to.
Bloody those knuckles. Bloody those knuckles.
Oh yeah.
It's all going to be kicks. It's all kicks.
Hollow bones. Bloody knuckles, broken fingers.
All right. Flurry of blows. After you take an action, 2 unarmed strikes. So I'm going to do the first unarmed strike.
Okay.
I'm picturing Kill Bill,
Crit fail.
where,
Crit fail.
where Uma Thurman is just pounding on that wood with.
I rolled
That's
a
right.
1 and then a 2.
Oh yeah.
Does
Unfortunately,
that hit?
They do not hit. Unfortunately, both strikes. You managed to connect. I mean, this creature, it's slow moving. It's like
I
hitting
mean,
a
it's
broadside
8
of a
and
farm,
9. It was an 8 and 9 because
Yeah.
it's plus 7. But
Does not hit. Yeah, as you connect, you can feel like your feet and your fists are you can see they're kind of raw and bloody from like punching the stone. But yeah, to no effect, unfortunately. All right, I'm gonna go, and then Valfire is gonna go as these 3 creatures lay out the punishment to you all, or attempt to. The first one is going to try to attack Roar and press the attack against him.
Right.
This is it's a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah, you definitely kind of just like swing under as the slow moving fist just passes over your head. Number 2 is going to press the attack against Lucius with another slam attack heading in your direction. This is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right.
Yeah.
And as the fist connects, that is 13 points of bludgeoning damage as it just like strikes you straight in the chest.
Question, Raj, should we be at full health?
You should have been at full health. Yes, you would have had a long rest in between.
Okay.
Before this day, yeah.
Okay, I didn't do that, so I'm gonna do that now, and then I'll 13 points.
13 points of damage. Yeah.
Is that the first time you were hit this combat situation?
totally.
Because he didn't get the dex save or anything. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, and then the last one will continue to press the attack against the bear as it's kind of turned Valfire's turned its back on it. Not ignore it anymore, but with a 13, does that hit?
Yep.
All right. And we'll slam into the back for 12 points of bludgeoning damage as it kind of like slams downward. Your black legs sort of buckle for a minute and kind of you do the splits from your hindquarters before you kind of like woozily get up and regain your composure. And it is your turn, Valfire.
All right, I'm going to continue to press the attack on the one that Roar has been battling.
Okay.
So first one's a claw attack.
All right.
12, which probably misses.
12 does not hit. The claws just scrape against the stone with a shriek, but do not penetrate.
And a 3. So
neither of them will hit, and your bite does not penetrate into the stony surface of the creature either. All right, top of the round, it is Roar, followed by Smiles once more.
Learning my lesson, I will attack with the Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's a 9. Nice, 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
Just hits. For solid 6 psychic damage.
6 more psychic damage as the creature continues to reel from the mental assault you're dishing it through your blade. All right, what else you got?
Bonus action, swipe again with the Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Does a crit fail hit?
Oh, a crit fail does not hit, unfortunately. Sorry,
Great,
was the first
great.
attack? The first attack was with your rapier.
No. It was with the Shadow Blade, but I believe you can. Shadow Blade is a light weapon, and so you can hit, and then bonus action 2 weapon fighting, you can hit again with a light weapon, or is it on the offhand?
Maybe the offhand with your bonus hand, yeah. So
well, then it would have been with rapier, I suppose, and that one would have been a because they're both light weapons, and that one would have been a crit fail.
Okay, so sorry, which one was the crit fail? The
rapier.
The rapier would have been a crit fail. Okay, and then the Shadow Blade would have been all 6 points of damage. Okay, got it. All right,
That's
cool.
right.
One point of order. One point of order.
Hit
I
it.
forgot as a halfling, I should have re-rolled my critical fail, but I forgot
yeah.
to.
But you forgot.
But you
Yeah.
forgot.
I'm just bringing it out as a point that I'm.
Okay.
Why don't
Even
you
there-
retcon that?
All right, let's move on. Smiles, it's your turn, followed by Lucius.
All right, so I'll start again by continuing this phantasmal force and doing
Okay.
some more psychic damage. And this is going to be 6 points of psychic damage.
6 points of psychic damage to the creature. It seems to not be. Actually, it would probably. It's probably getting a sense that like it's weird that this lava is kind of like still splashing at it. So I think on its next turn, it's probably gonna try to make an attempt here to disbelieve. All right, so that's your action.
No, that's no action. That's just
That's no
because
action, okay.
it's just because it's in the vicinity. And I will say that the target treats the phantasm as if it was real. It rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. So I don't know that it will start picking up on it as for that reason, because it believes it's real and justifies why it's real.
I love this. Get him.
But
Get
there's
the
no
DM.
save and, there's very few save and suck spells except for hypnotic pattern. So there you go.
Yeah.
So even if you create a bridge and the creature steps on it and
Yeah.
falls through, it continues to believe that the bridge is there.
Yeah, I think. I think it's weird though because it says it can use its action to examine the phantasm and
yeah,
check
that's
against
true.
the spell save. But it also says it tries to rationalize any illogical outcome. So what would cause it to take an action to actually try to perceive it as an illusion? That seems kind of contradictory, right? But anyway, we'll figure it out.
You're right.
We'll
You're
figure
right.
it out.
Okay.
Post
Just
anyway.
just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
Yeah,
All right.
all good. All
And
good.
now I'm going to just viciously mock it by saying, "Rocks, rocks."
All right. It is going to make a wisdom saving throw, and that is an 8, which it fails.
And it's going to take 2 more points of psychic damage.
2 more points of psychic damage. All right, just laying on the psychic damage to this creature as you're sort of like peppering it with little barbs and illusory lava spills.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word upon myself as I say, as I remember back to that puddle that I was staring at. And I know this is all in several seconds, but I say, and gosh darn it, people like you.
There you go.
As I
All
heal for 6 points of.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
pretty good for Healing Word. You can upcast that, by the way.
I can, but it was just an additional D4, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah. All right, Lucius, you're up, and then I'm gonna go.
Quarterstaff.
Okay, go for it.
With advantage.
Oh. Yes, thank you. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Does 8 damage.
8 points of damage, which it doesn't take
He
all of.
He is mad. He's gonna do flurry of blows again.
Go for it.
This is not also advantage, correct?
Sorry?
This is not advantage.
No, you use your advantage.
All right. Oh my gosh. Another 2. Another 1. That's
Oh my
twice
gosh.
in a row I rolled 12.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, Dan. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, that did not hit the flurry of blows.
Well, he's gonna shove this dude. He's
Okay.
going to use
No.
his.
It's a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Because you already used your bonus action for a flurry of blows.
Well, you know what, Raj? I'm just gonna sit there and
Sounds like Raj. Point of order to you.
Raj.
Yes.
I have an ability called Flyby.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fly away from this guy.
You made an attack against it. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly higher,
Okay.
higher and up towards the. You can put me on one of those pedestals up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See you, Lucius.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he running away from a fight?
No, I'm just gonna. You can think about it as me coming up to.
Strategic. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a dive bomb next time, so
Mhm.
that's how I'm doing it.
All right. Very good. You want to do this one or this one over here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so Lucius, you find a perch on one of these floating stones, and then these creatures are going to go. The first one will continue to attack Roar.
Just my feet are moving. I'm just hopping around.
That's a 16 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah, man, this guy cannot hit you. The second one is going to. So in a 10-foot square, basically, you're just a lava pool. Is that right, Smiles?
Yes.
All right. So
Well,
it's gonna-
yeah, I'm thinking more like just like a lava wave, like it's just
Sure.
waves of lava, because it's a cube, so it's going up and it's kind of an eruption.
Okay.
I did look this up online, and both of you have valid points. Like the reason someone might investigate it is if a buddy says, "Hey, that's not real," and you're like, "It's not real," then he might look at it. So it has to be like almost like an external factor to make that decision,
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. All good. So with its you know what? Yeah. So with its very slow, sort of ponderous bulk, it moves very slowly over towards Valfire the bear, using its action to continue its move to get fully over there.
Did it go by me?
It went in a very wide circle around you, avoiding.
Okay, so I would not. It would not take an opportunity to attack.
No.
Okay.
And then number 3 is going to press the attack against Valfire. So that is a 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Yep.
All right, and you take 13 more points of bludgeoning damage as it slams
Okay.
into one of your back legs.
All right, so that's enough to knock me out of wild shape.
Okay.
Ooh.
No good.
Yeah.
Just by 1 point. So, all right. So
All
one
right, so
point carries onto my form. So
Okay,
I
so you
take like 1 point. 1 point damage. Yeah.
got it. So you find yourself adjacent to the first one that is attacking Thror, but still 5 feet away from the other two that were had gathered up behind you. All right, and it is your turn, Velfire.
I just stuffed good berries in my mouth. No. So I'm
One
like,
hit point. No.
I will turn into a. No, I will cast a spell.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oh, I made
What's
a
left?
mistake. I made a mistake. Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going. Keep going.
I love when you make mistakes.
Me too.
I love it too.
It's usually in our favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a retroactive check here, just to see what happens.
We should say that when we
Yes,
head
okay,
out on a
that's fine for
mission.
now.
May Raj's mistakes be in your favor.
Yes. Yeah.
Be ever in your favor.
It could still be. It could still be. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I will turn into a frog, a giant. I'll reach down to my pouch, and I'll grab a scale and rub it with my hands, and then pop some,
Oh, you have one.
Green
Nice.
and I'll turn into a giant frog.
Did you like prep him like, hey Raj, there's like a chance I turn into a frog? You got
Paul
that?
just leaves minis at Raj's
I
place.
Yeah, I
just-
know.
He just
I
came to
just-
my house with like a handful of minis. Like, here, you might need these.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a
Is
handful.
that is that
it was a
is that
it was
Paul's
a bucket.
normal voice now? Just hey Raj, you might need these.
When he's a mini monger, yes, that is his voice.
Mini monger's good. I'm writing that down.
All right, giant frog. What do you got?
And then I'm just going to. That was my bonus action, and I'm just gonna leap into the air. My long jump is 20 feet.
Okay.
You're running.
My
Sweet. I love
high
it.
Jump, and
I'll
my
take 'em.
high jump is 10 feet with or without a running start.
Okay, where are you going?
Can I get up to anywhere high?
Yeah, I'll say you can get up here if you want.
All right, I'll just leap up there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you basically watch as the rest of you watch as Valfire. His form kind of mutates again, like two smaller kind of like forelegs plop themselves on the ground, and his hind legs grow into these massive rubbery muscled legs, and he just like leaps into the air, boing, and lands on top of a rock, and then you just hear like,
Oh, sorry. So I technically still have my action. So can I recon and just instead of before jumping, just making an attack before I jump? Would that be all right?
sure, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
All right. So I can't really do anything.
Raj, I'd like to
Yes.
retcon something.
I'm gonna retcon your retconning.
All right, I'm gonna do a bite attack against the one that we've been pushing our attack against.
Yeah,
Mhm.
go for it.
Love it.
So that's so I'm switching between different sheets here. That would be 18 to hit.
18 hits.
All right, so I do 7 piercing damage
Okay.
plus 5 poison damage.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So the piercing damage is only ends up being 3, and the poison did not seem to affect this creature at all. And
Blast.
yeah, all right. So
And then I jump away.
okay. So as you do so, the creature will get an opportunity attack against you.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, all 3 of them will get an opportunity attack against you.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's
so
not great.
So the first one is a crit fail. It slams into the ground where you were, and like specks of dust and stone go flying everywhere. The second one, 22 to hit.
Yep.
And that will do 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then the last one will roll a 26 to hit, and do an additional 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's fine. I still am a giant frog.
Okay, so a little worse for wear. The giant frog jumps away to perceive safety before it is Roar's turn again at the top of round 5.
All right. I look up at this gigantic frog and go, okay, well, okay, more from me, I guess. That's fine. And I will take a swing with the rapier at guy in front of me.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, 15 plus 7, 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 8 points of piercing damage.
8 points reduced down to 4 because of its resistance. And all right, go ahead.
Still up.
Still up.
Ducks. All right, Shadow Blade going for the attack.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, 17 plus 7, 24 to hit.
Totally hits.
6 points of
Sorry, how much was it?
6 points of psychic damage.
6 more points of psychic damage, of which it takes all. And oh, interesting. So as you lay the Shadow Blade into, you just kind of stab forward into the creature's face. You can see that its eyes kind of cross weirdly, and the other two rock creatures that it had conjured from these innocuous boulders suddenly crumble and revert back to their stone form.
I am brilliant. I'm so smart. That was me. So smart.
You are smart, Rory.
And the creatures go inanimate and become just lifeless boulders once more.
And this guy in front of me is still up?
Still alive.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of like trying to reeling from your attack and trying to swing at you futilely, but yeah, it is still up.
Oh, I'll just tap dance around a little bit. Pretty happy with myself.
Okay, good. All right, it is Smiles, your turn.
So I'm going to move closer to be under between the base of Lucius and where Roar is. So I'm just closer to the one remaining rock dude. Yeah, about right there.
Okay.
And I will yell out at Rockface. You're where the term crater face came from. And viciously mock him.
All right, so he will make a wisdom saving throw. And that is a 6, so I believe that fails.
It does fail. And he's going to take 2 points of psychic damage and be at disadvantage.
All right, 2 more points of psychic damage. And with all this psychic damage that's been laid upon it from the Shadow Blade and the vicious mockery, it seems to be barely able to focus on where it is and what it was doing originally. And it's swinging wildly, hitting these big pillars of stone and smashing them into dirt, trying to find its opponents, but seems to be kind of blinded and somewhat enraged as it's still swinging wildly at you all. All right, that was Smiles. It is Lucius, your turn. And then I'm going to
dive bomb it, quarterstaff, probably flurry of blows, depending on how I feel.
Okay.
Man, my rolls are terrible. 12?
12 does not hit.
Okay, flurry of blows.
All right.
Just gonna do it again.
Do it.
It's a D4 this time. All right, 19.
19 hits.
All right, so that is a 8 points of damage.
Reduced to 4, okay.
And then another 2. Man,
you're really good at 2s.
You have mastered 2s. Let's try 3s next, and then we'll work our way up from there. But no, with one of your kicks, you manage to knock out a clump of rock that's forming its body, and it's still standing, but you can see it's greatly deformed and kind of swinging just one limb, sort of limply at you all. And it is its turn, and it will.
How much movement do I have left?
Good question. You have 5, 10, 15, 20. You have another 25, 30 feet of movement left.
I'm just gonna rise up. Rise up. When you, I can't remember the words from that Hamilton song, but you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
He doesn't get an opportunity attack.
Not with flyby.
He has a flyby attack that lets him dodge opportunity attacks if he makes an attack during the move. All right, so it is now its turn, and it will press the attack against Roar once more, swinging wildly, trying to gain some measure of confidence here. With an 11, it will not be able to hit him. And it is Valfire once again. Your turn.
Ribbit. I will turn back into a halfling,
Okay.
and then I will cast Wither and Bloom. So
Ooh.
invoke death and life upon a 10-foot radius sphere from a point within range. Each creature of your choice must make a Constitution saving throw and take 2d6 necrotic damage on a failed save,
Okay.
or half
So
as much on a successful one.
got it. Sorry, what was the saving throw?
Not Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Con, it's pretty good at these. With a 13 though, I don't think it succeeds.
Does not. So it takes 2d6. Let's go. Oh, 8. Now here's the interesting thing.
Okay.
As it and all the grass around or whatever around it withers, Roar, because he's within distance, can decide if he wants to roll a hit die and get hit points back. Up to him though.
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
And sorry, what was the
See-
damage? 8, you said?
8 points of necrotic damage.
What kind of damage was it?
Necrotic.
What kind of damage was it? Sorry.
Necrotic. Can you
8
hear me?
necrotic. Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Okay. 8 necrotic. All right. And you can see like as this boulder sort of came to life, you can see like tufts of skygrass like sticking out of it that start to wither and die. And like as these clumps of dirt kind of fall out, you can see more of the creature has sort of discorporated, and it's incredibly fragile at this point. Only the barest clumps of dirt are holding it together. And it is definitely on its last legs. And Roar, you are up, followed by Sterling Miles.
Oh,
So
well,
just
you know what? Go ahead.
So just point of order for so you can roll a hit die, whatever your hit die is, use an unspent one, and then you add 5 to whatever you roll.
Oh, no kidding. Amazing. I'm back up to full at this point. Okay. Hey, rapier shot. We're a 4. Well, 4 plus 7, so 11 to hit. No.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh, and a crit fail on the Shadow Blade. This is going great.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm too busy dancing, and I'm not working
Right.
out here.
As this creature's kind of flailing about, it's actually proving a little bit of a more difficult target. You're trying to like hit it, and it's like dodging and flinging your blades across, swatting them aside wildly. All right, Smiles, you're up.
Yeah, so I am going to yell out at this creature, you're dumb as rocks too, and viciously mock it once more.
All right, and that is a 15 on its saving throw.
Which, if it's 15, it's wisdom save 15. So is that?
It makes it.
Saves.
So it saves.
It saves. Okay, then I will silvery barbs and say, yeah, you're not that smart.
Okay, it does roll a 9 this time, so it does fail.
All right,
Can you cast 2 level spells in the same?
Vicious Mockery is a cantrip.
Oh, got it. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then it's going to take 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay. It continues its maddening death throes as it starts like flailing about wildly.
And I'm going to give advantage to I think so now if I yell out at Lucius, he's too far away. So that right?
Yeah, he'd have to make a perception check to try to hear you.
So I'm going to yell to Roar. I'm like, you're doing a great job, buddy.
Okay.
Thanks, man. I just keep hitting it, although not last time.
Okay.
And
all right.
with I'm going to leave it there.
Okay, Lucius, you're up.
Die bomb. Quarterstaff.
All right. You swoop down next to the creature, bust out your quarterstaff.
12.
12 does not hit, unfortunately. Give me those flurry blows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can do it. Can do it. I hate myself. My last one. All the key points.
All the key points. They're mine now.
13.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Raj,
It definitely hits, but he just keeps hurting his hand.
All right.
Yeah.
Like,
You
his
take
knuckles.
5 points.
How
of
about
damage.
17?
17 does hit.
All right. So that is a plus 5. So 8 damage.
8 damage reduced to 4. And with the last strike from a roundhouse kick, Lucius, as you pound into the creature, how do you want to do this?
I mean, I think Lucius would just like do one of those like, he would in the air, his leg would come up high, and then it would come down like slamming down on the rock, shattering the rock all over the place.
Yeah, definitely.
And then he would be in the air and he would flip and then land like do a superhero landing, wings out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
like, head
yeah.
down, and then he'd look up and be like, Rose, how'd that look?
So good, bro. So
That
Amazing.
was so cool. That
So
was
as you
so
yeah.
cool.
So as you flip in the air and you bring your leg down for a final chop at the creature, it just explodes into a shower of like rock and dirt and skygrass clumps that Roar, you just get scattered and showered with all this as it happens like right in front of you. And as you kind of clear your eyes, the dirt off of your face and clear your eyes, you see Lucius standing there, 3-point landing, wings kind of like spread out, Avenger style, among the pile of rubble that was once this creature.
All right. Rose, man, that was
Very good.
From up top of the ledge, Valfire just starts golf clapping.
and then he's like, can someone get me down from here?
I was
Yeah,
saying,
I was
you
going
want
to
to
say,
get,
I
you
was
want to
going
get
to say
Valfire?
that. I said, can you get me down from here?
Lucius-
I'm badly wounded and bruised, kind of like your knuckles.
Lucius graciously like flies up there slowly, picks him up gently, like
Oh, but I like you go to like pick me up and I go to like get on your back
mm-hmm.
and I like fly like an eagle. This is my dream, man.
Getting on my back is not an option given my wings are on my back. So yeah,
No, we could do this.
he's gonna carry you.
All right, so gently descending back to the earth, cradling Valfire as you would a child, you slowly bring him back down, and the rest of you have a chance to kind of recover from the ordeal of these rock creatures who seem to have somehow been infused with the magic permeating this area and have come alive from the earth itself. All right, what do you all do next?
Well, I'm gonna turn to the magic users and be like, bros, that was weird, man. Rock, living rock, man. Floating, living rock.
I mean, I make fire come out of my fingers, so magic is magic. It makes sense. Although, man, what do you think? Were they just defending territory, or was someone throwing them at us?
Yeah, Brochacha, what do you think, chums? Come on, what are these going on here? We think we can get attacked by another one of these things?
Oh, eyes on a
By the way,
swivel.
Is it still storming out, Raj?
It is. So you're kind of having to shout at each other over the roar of the rain and the wind. And as you're having this conversation, like there's like flashes of lightning kind of like illuminating you all for a brief second before
do you guys want to find cover? Find some shelter?
I would love some shelter.
Let's do it.
Yes. And I take some water and I shape it into an umbrella, like an ice umbrella, just to try to keep the rain off.
Okay. So you can kind of stave off a little bit of the rain with your ice umbrella. It's basically just like the raindrops kind of solidifying in your hand, forming like an icy structure above your head.
It gets like super heavy and it just falls over. Damn, this is better in my mind.
Yeah. Lucius is forming like a wing umbrella.
Does anyone need some berries, some healing?
Yeah,
good.
I'll take a good berry.
Same here, bro.
That was a good trick you did with that ground stuff. All of a sudden, I got a little tingly and it felt good.
Yes. Hopefully you don't feel very gravelly. I take life from one creature and grant it to another. But
I'm pretty okay with that. I was gonna stab him anyway, so like whatever.
Yeah.
How much XP from how many hit points from a good berry?
Get one, but let me grow them. I can grow through 2, and each one has 10 berries. And so I'll speak the words of magic. It's sprouting from the wet ground. One grows and then dies, and 10 berries just plop into and then I point to another section. The plant grows and dies, and then 10 more berries. So there's 20 berries. And each one is the size of an apple. I said it might take a little time to eat each one, but eventually, I hope you're hungry.
What kind of berry is this?
Lucius has grabbed a berry and is like doing the full like like trying to swallow it, like V style, like probably gagging, like his life's in danger.
Yeah.
All right, how many good berries you guys want? I could use a lot.
Uh, I'm good. You
How
guys
many
have
hit
'em.
points does a good berry give you?
1.
There's one, but there's 20 of them on the ground.
Yeah, I'll take 10 if you want to give them to me.
I mean, they're on the ground. They're there to take.
Yeah,
I take
I
10.
take 10.
You can just eat them over time.
All right, Raj, I'm healing for 10.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so as Valfire, you from the ground, from these tufts of sky grass that are kind of permeating the rock, they kind of swirl up and form these bushes that drop these berries, and everyone managed to get a few for a little bit of healing. And we will find out next week what happens as the party attempts to descend into Deep Born Cleft. Yeah, we'll figure out what happens next week.